what we see, like, or what we like kind of think about in our brain is not necessarily what our body thinks. Like our body has its own mind and our brain has a mind here, right? So our brain's thinking things and it's like, oh yeah, I'm not feeling pain, I'm feeling great right now. And then there's like this insecurity that like our body actually believes. Like beliefs, memories, emotions are all stored here and they have their own experience and they actually have their own story. And so sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I'm not stressed. I'm not thing. And then all of a sudden, like you're sweating and you're like, whoa, like oh gosh, right? Why is like that is because the body has its own truth. It has its own truth. And you're like, okay, I don't really have that much pain, but yeah, I do have some pain, or I do get nervous about some stuff. I worry about or the fatigue. And this is, the difference between what our mind thinks and how we can try to, you know, reframe things, do some mindset coaching, and really try to think differently and shift that. And then the body's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, not really, right? Because you have to bring it along with you slowly. And so I asked people all the time, how stressed are you? And then I go deeper into their body and how their body's feeling is like tension here, tension everywhere. Endometriosis, like obviously it's been documented in terms of pre-anticipatory, like anticipatory pain, feeling the pain, getting tense with the pain, allow the nervous system kind of creeps up and tenses up as we, know our pain cycle's coming. And that tension kind of already puts us at the starts that kicks that cycle off. And the idea of just running from it is so common. It's like you're trying to avoid it, you're trying not to think about it, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to do this, whatever. And this is also happening as even our pain is getting better. We're still in the mindset, our pain's going to come back, our pain's going to do this. And we're entrenched with this anxiety of this pain or, the sensations that we have, whether it's fatigue or passing out or, bleeding too much, all the stuff that comes with endometriosis. And the first way to approach it is to, okay, I'm going to sit and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm expecting this pain, I'm having all this anxiety, and just be so aware and acknowledge what is here. Let's acknowledge this anxiety, let's acknowledge the pain and say, okay, what if the pain is going to come? What is this pain going to be? How is this going to feel? What can I do about it? What am I going to do about it? The pain is going to come in 3 hours. What am I going to do in 3 hours? Right? I'm going to need a heating pad. I'm going to be crying. It's going to be hard and do this. And actually be almost like ready to meet that pain and meet it where it's at. And that way you're not kind of dealing with anxiety. You're trying to deal with it being here. That then you realize it's actually not here right now. And you almost feel like foolish a bit because you're like, okay, I got my heating pad, I got this, I got that, and then I'm like ready for the pain, but the pain's not really here. But at least you've acknowledged and met your anxiety where it's at, because action alleviates anxiety. Because you're like, okay, now I've taken action and I'm here and I'm aware and I'm going to hold myself and I'm like, okay, I'm safe right now, right? Like I'm safe. I'm ready for the pain. If it's going to come or these sensations, I'm comfortable. I'm not pushing myself through, because we find sometimes that even if the pain doesn't come but we have the anxiety of the pain and we're pushing ourselves through like the work day or other things, it almost feels like something went wrong and I don't feel good. And we're putting ourselves in positions where our body doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. So let's sit down, acknowledge it, and meet our anxiety where it's at and be ready for it to embrace this pain. That is enabling safety within the body. And that's the repatterning that our body is craving, is slowly reminding ourselves that, hey, guess what? I don't have to be anxious. I get this. I'm going to feel pain, but I'm not really in pain, but I'm safe right now. I'm okay. Add safety. Take the deep breath, relax. Pain was going to come and I was going to get anxious, but now all of a sudden I'm relaxed and kind of bored and waiting for this pain. And my nervous system has broken from the cycle of the anticipatory and anxiety that typically would have had. And when you continuously do this, whether it's, like I said, crossing, and when you tap yourself here, you really bring yourself to the present moment. You hug yourself and bring yourself to the present moment by doing this. You're grounding yourself back into where you're at now, and now allowing that that mind that just continues to rattle the story and almost like remind you of your old experience, brings you to anxious to the forthcoming potential experience. And all of a sudden, your nervous system is hijacked. You're emotionally hijacked from the moment, because right now, I'm cool. I'm sitting here and I'm here. You can do some breathing exercises. Remind yourself, slowing down that heart rate a bit, bringing oxygen in, getting some electrolytes, getting those adrenals nourished again, because those adrenals, when they go through these anxiety cycles, they get tested, and we need electrolytes, we need good hydration, maybe even a small snack of sorts, getting settled. These are small tools, but we want to really use them and take action in moments of anxiety, in moments of anticipatory pain, and that emotional hijacking, and ground ourselves. And I promise you that over time, repatterning yourself using these tools, whether it's shaking that anxiety off, it's like, oh, I got, I'm like really like feeling this emotion. And maybe you sometimes just use the shaking. Sometimes it's just, tapping the alternative. Maybe it's breathing. Sometimes it's child pose, so that the blood pressure gets like regulated with child's pose, if that's available to you. Sometimes it's just that you're somewhere and you can't really do much. You're just holding your lips. Parasympathetic, fibers in your lips get activated. Because you just put your fingers on your lips, your breathing will change. Your breathing will change automatically. And then you slow it down. Deeper breathing, deeper breathing, deeper breathing. And these are so real, because what you said, this anxiety, it's crippling often. And the worry, where you stay tense to, oh, what symptom? Oh, does that mean I'm going to have surgery again? Does that mean I have to go to the ER again? Is that my appendix? Oh my gosh, like, what if I did conceive but have an ectopic pregnancy? Like, I'm not, like, these are real thoughts that I personally had. I personally experienced these thoughts, and I would be hyper aware because I never felt safe in my body. I always felt like something was going to go wrong, something was off. And you almost become, just overly sensitive. And it's not until you both start to get symptom relief and B, practice safety within the body together, those two over time is how you re-regulate and get to a place of trust and feeling good.